Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to part 2 of building a YouTuber / streamer studio warehouse lot. This part we're going to go into all of the furnishing and building all the sets and all that kind of stuff. And this is where it really starts to take, well, I guess not shape, it's already got a shape. It's where it really starts to get the character put into it and, you know, it just comes alive. So it's pretty exciting to start building this and just having a bit of fun with it. So we got this huge green screen wall over there that I thought was a bit of fun to chuck in there. I really wish that there was like a matching green screen. It's not technically a green screen wall. It's just a green wall in The Sims. I wish there was a matching floor to that though, so you could have the green screen coming all the way down and going across the floor. Just because it makes more sense. That's kind of how you have green screen or even white screen studio set up, is that, you know, they have the seamless sort of edge that joins through. But that's okay. So I'm using those little studio lights that hang from the roof that kind of look like actual lights that you would see in a studio. I thought that was quite good. And then those floor lights as well that have those big lamps on them. I actually turned them off in this one you saw. And just because it created these really bright, like white hot spots. So they're mostly there for decoration, but they exist. So that was quite nice. So here at the front, we actually have like a little... well, I guess the garage doors that sort of open up so you could accept deliveries and all that kind of stuff. And we have basically just a little storage area here that has a bunch of shelves and I put a bunch of stuff on it. It actually took me a while to do this, but I took I took a bit of a shortcut and you'll see that in a minute. So I wanted these shelves because I didn't want to use those dine out food shelves that you can see on the left there that I used everywhere else. So I decided to, because the weird thing is these shelves for some reason cannot hold like any items. They can hold like 1 or 2 items in really random spots. And it's really, really annoying. I don't know what it is with these shelves. So what I've done is I've used the move objects cheat to actually just place my own items on there. So I'm just picking things out. So we have a bunch of those sort of computery server looking things. They're not actually that, but that's just what I decided would look good there. Then I'm using a bunch of these filed boxes and just other general boxes, just assorting them all up the top there with move objects on. And I have done a tutorial on this as well. More recently, the Sims 4 how to build video that I did a week ago or something, that actually covers exactly how to do this. So if you're interested, you should go check that out. That just sort of explains how to get all these items in these weird spots. And now you may be thinking that this is going to take 5 billion years to do this on all the shelves. And you're not wrong, it totally is. So what I decided to do is actually a really handy little trick, which you'll see in just a moment to save a bit of time. But I'm still here looking for a few more items that we could use. A bunch of computers and old PCs, maybe some old hard drives sitting up there. You know, just like old random sort of techie stuff that's kind of related to, you know, what we're building here. So what I've done here is I've actually decided to just put a little room around the shelf, save the room, and then I can just place it down and it saves all the items in their position, and then I've put the shelf back down. Sure, if you look at them close enough, you can see the items are in the exact same position. You know, they look exactly the same. But when you have the whole storage area like this all put together, it actually doesn't look, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, sure, like I said, if you look closer, you can tell that the items are all exactly the same, but just saving that as like shelf 1 and shelf 2, and then sort of just placing them down actually not only saves a bunch of time, but actually looks pretty good, and I was quite happy with that. I wish I hadn't done that first one a little off-center on the grid, because it made it hard to place again, so I was like, oh well, we'll just give up with that. Yeah, so we got a bunch of those in, and actually, I think it looks pretty good. I think it worked really, really well for what I was trying to do there. Got another little dine-out food shelf, because why not? Yeah, so this is pretty much the, I guess, where you just get bits of hardware, just extra stuff, and that's just like a little computer sitting there where you can look up where something is if there was any sort of storage system, which it doesn't look like there is, but you know, that's what that's there for. And I like using those sort of hanging lights, or like sort of fluorescent lights, because they look the part, but they really didn't provide enough lighting up the top. Everything was just super dark. But now, so the rest of the floor space here, we're going to turn this into different little sets that you could use to make videos. So we have the giant green screen. Then I decided we should probably use the photo studio, because that's actually an item that the Sims can use to go take photos with. And it also looks like it totally fits in. So we put that down. That's technically one of the little sets we've created. And I was using that fence on the floor above just then to create, like, I guess, light riggings where you could hang lights off of. Because otherwise we have all these ceiling lights that are just floating in midair. So that's why I changed that up. And here I was actually looking to see if I could make a camera a camera stand, because we have the security camera from Get to Work that I tend to use as like a webcam or a video camera, even though it looks nothing like it, but you get the idea. And so I was trying to see if there was a nice little item we could use as a just as like a tripod for the camera, but there really wasn't. So yeah, I just I gave up on that idea, and I didn't put any prop cameras around the place. Instead, I've just built a bunch of different sets. So this is one of the little sets here off to the side, making sure we get all the light in there. So this one is kind of like I guess like a little garage area, not a garage area, but just a workspace, a workshop area. Again, taking inspiration from the real life Linus Tech Tips offices, or not, they don't really, it's like a warehouse. But yeah, they have like a little warehouse kind of setup. I can't remember what it looks like, but I just took the idea of having like a little tool shop kind of setup as one of the sets. So I thought that was a fun little idea. So just putting a bunch of stuff all over the wall just as like set pieces, and then you could use this space to, I don't know, do whatever video you may be doing here. You could be doing some DIY videos, how to fix your sink here on this set. But yeah, anyway, so that actually worked out to be quite a nice little set. I decided to move it over a little bit because off to the right there, where we have the little conference room, just wanted to make sure it wasn't sort of crammed into that, because you got to think about this as well. Like if this was a set, you need somewhere to get the cameras in, so you need enough room behind to be able to fit everything in, and the person to be able to use it. Like, so I just made sure to leave enough room. So now that's that little set. And don't worry, because I know you probably are. You're thinking, oh, that wall at the back there, I haven't painted that. I was going to just then, as you saw, but I decided not to paint the back of it, because these walls are they're kind of just like not temporary walls, but you know, they're not real walls. They're like a fake wall that's been put up to create a set backdrop. So I thought, well, you wouldn't finish the back of the wall, right? You'd only finish off what the camera could see, so you'd have a nice set piece. So I was like, all right, we'll leave the back of the wall blank, like it's just been put up there specifically for this. Now, this little set is just a desk in front of a wall with a bunch of shelves, and we get some interesting lighting on the shelves and a couple of bookcases. You can see that we got that little logo sculpture that I was talking about last time. You'll see that pop up in a few places, and then using that weird hexagonal shelf thing. I don't know. It just looks really interesting. So had a bit of fun with it. But yeah, I was just like, you can see where the camera is now, where I zoomed in there. That was me like seeing what it would look like through the lens of a camera, right? If you're actually filming there, it would be so cool. It would be so cool to have enough space to have all of these like sets put together. Like if I had a bajillion dollars, well, not a bajillion dollars, probably if I had enough money, I would totally do something like this. The only problem is I don't, like, see, with me, I really love cameras and video cameras. I love all that kind of, I just love that stuff so much and playing around with it, but I never use that stuff to make actual content. Like, obviously, I play The Sims, and I do video games, I do Let's Plays and all that kind of stuff. So all this stuff that I'm actually interested in, like cameras and that, I don't use it for work, so it doesn't make any sense to me to actually get any of this stuff. But I'm just like, man, if I had enough money, I totally would just do this. Just get the sets. I'd probably make the worst videos ever and never release them, because it would just be me having fun and mucking around, because that's what I would want to do. But anyway, just in the little kitchenette area here, I was trying to see if I could get like a backsplash out of an item. That's why I kept putting up that huge sign thing, but it was just too thick. Like it just sort of clipped into the sink and all that, so I didn't put it there in the end. So I think, what are we doing now? The lobby, I guess? Yeah, so this is also where I decided that the company color would be blue, you know? That's their color. I have the logo. The blue is it. So we have those blue sofas, and that sign as well actually is really, really handy, because you see we got like the white colored sign on the black surface. Then off to the side, we have the black colored sign with the blue light behind it. So I was like, oh my God, this works so well. And using that blue wallpaper as well, I was really happy with how all that tied in. I really, really love the color scheme of like the black floorboards, the blue wallpaper. I don't know, I think it just looks really, really cool. So up the top here, this is like, I guess, the editing room where you would have people working to edit the videos. So I thought, again, like I said, like a lot of this is seriously taken from inspiration of the Linus Tech Tips offices, where they have all the editors there. And basically there was a video they did when they were all moving into the offices. They did a video of like, well, they did a bunch of vlogs of like moving in. And one of them was where, you know, each of the editors or the people that were working in that room could decorate their workspace, you know, get up some posters, get up some, I don't know, like whatever decorations they wanted up on the wall. So that's kind of what I was taking inspiration from here, where each workspace has that, like their own items, whatever they would have, whatever they'd bring to work. and just a lot of stuff, like a couple of backpacks there because they've come into work for the day, so just put their backpack on the ground next to their desk, or just all that kind of stuff, A few little items here and there, just clutter items. Like this is them. This is what they brought in. This is what's sitting in the room. So just a bunch of items to make it look not just like a blank room with a bunch of computers in it. Because before it was just empty. Like it was empty. And then yeah, you see I'm jumping around the building here where I find like a random item that I'm like, oh, that'd be good over here. Oh, that'd be good over there. Oh no, I didn't put that in. I didn't keep that briefcase, I don't think, in the end. I don't know if you saw it, but that briefcase I just put down, I put that down on like the CEO's desk, or the whoever owns the company or the channel or whatever. It's a briefcase like full of money. It was supposed to be that YouTube money in the briefcase, so that was the idea with that. I don't think I keep it though. Maybe I do. I don't think I do though. Anyway, so a couple more desks in there. These ones are more for, people that would be doing other jobs, not like editing. It'd be like, marketing or sales or whatever, that kind of stuff. So just more standard PCs in that room there. Just having a pretty standard little office. I thought I'd do a small kitchenette up here with a sink and a coffee machine, just because they're pretty far away from the break room downstairs. So I thought it'd be nice to have a little coffee machine in there. So then we have another couple of studios here that I thought could be good because it's always good to have another sound isolated room. I thought one of them is going to be the green screen. This one is going to be the couch setup. So this could be where you do, your gaming live streams. You sit on the couch with the console and play some games. So this one behind it, instead of doing like a green screen or something, I decided to just absolutely deck the walls out with all these random items, just random things on the wall that I thought could look pretty interesting. And I think this room, or this set rather, I think this set is probably one of my favorites. It's just random stuff, but it just looks interesting. I don't know. I mean, you be the judge after you see it. We'll jump into the screenshots in a little bit as well. Which reminds me, if you do want to download this lot, you can, of course. It is on the Sims 4 gallery. You just have to search for hashtag the Sim Supply or my origin ID, which is the Sim Supply. The same as my username here on YouTube, just without the spaces in the name. And then you can find this. It's just called YouTube/Streamer Studio, I think. Something like that. It will also be linked in the description down below. So if you click the link down below to download it, that will take you to the gallery where you can save it to your game, and it's all there as well. So yeah, you can just play around with this, have a bit of fun. I don't know what people would do with it. I mean, ideally what I would like to see someone do with this is actually make like some sort of Sims movie out of it. Not like a movie, but so use these sets as actual sets. Like you could make like a little machinima of, I don't know, like a tech video, or a little machinima of The Sims doing a Let's Play. Like that would be really fun to see if someone use it for that, like the actual purpose that it's intended for, I don't know. I thought it'd be a bit of fun. So off to the side of this set, because the set is pretty much done now. You can see all the lights are on it. Off to the side of it, I got a couple of desks that would be like, production desks where a producer would sit, maybe switch scenes, set up, I don't know, whatever, deal with all the audio, all that kind of stuff. Just production. I thought that'd be good to have a couple of PCs off to the side there. And then I realized the room was quite big, so I just decided to put a couple of sofas in there. So just a little chill out section. So maybe people could come along and watch and just sit in the background, or people could swap over or whatever if there was guests. And there I am using that get to work camera, the security camera, as like the video camera. I don't know. I always like to use that one, even though I know it looks nothing like an actual video camera because it looks like a security camera. I think it does the part of being like, oh, okay, that's what that is. And yeah, actually, these lights I had a lot of fun with as well. Like I changed the color of those lights to be red, so then it's like a recording light, right? So when you're live or you're recording in the room, you turn it on, and I thought that was a bit of fun as well. Yeah, so this green screen room there is pretty simple, just a bunch of lights. It's just an empty space that you could go in there, set up what you needed. Like that kind of room, you would never have it cluttered with stuff anyway. There's just a bunch of lights, a table that you could put stuff on or whatever. So it's pretty simple. And then just going in here and finishing off a few of the offices to get that all done. That is maybe I did keep that briefcase. I thought I got rid of it. I don't know. Obviously I completely forgot about it because it's still there. But yeah, there you go. That YouTube money is sitting on the desk in the briefcase, ready to go home. I don't know. That was a fun one. Ah, dear. All right. So in here as well, just getting, again, making it look a little bit more lived in than just blank desks in a blank room, because that's no fun. This one's a little bit more subtle, just because it's a bit more open. And it's more of a thoroughfare to other offices than the other one was. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that little room there. Just a few more things. It's looking pretty good. So this last room as well, I had no idea what to do with this room until I did. So, because yeah, I was like, we have everything we need. But I was like, okay, what else is there that you could use? I mean, the only thing that came to mind for me was a recording studio. So like a sound recording booth. Like you could go in there, you could record vocals, you could record like a song, you could record instruments. Just like a sound recording booth, you know, completely soundproofed. So you could get the best audio quality you needed. So that's what this is. The black curtains on the wall are supposed to signify, you know, like soundproofing. Because obviously there's no sort of soundproofing that we could actually use. So I just use those curtains to, you know, kind of simulate that. And then we just get a little computer out the front here. That would be, you know, the technician's seat where you'd actually do the recording on the other side. Then on the inside, I've just done a couple of microphones and like, I think a couple of instruments or something like that. Again, keeping it pretty simple, but that's what it would be. You know, like it'd be pretty simple. Get your microphones, the sound separated room, do your vocals, a couple of stools that you can sit on there. Obviously the Sims won't sit on those stools to record, but if we wanted them to, they could. And then, I did a little chair in there so you could sit and wait. Sit and wait for your turn. Yeah, so I thought that was a little fun idea to do with that room because there was really nothing else I could think that I needed to do. But now I'm pretty sure we're just moving on to the outside, doing the final little details here and there just so it doesn't look so blank out the front. And I'm really glad as well because I noticed in the comments of the first part, someone was like, you know, when I saw the front of this building, it just reminded me of the Linus Tech Tips office. And I was like, good, because that's like I've said it so many times in this video and the last one. This was largely inspired by it. I mean, nothing is the same or looks remotely similar to it, but you know, there's a lot of inspiration from it because that's what I thought looked really cool, and they have a really cool setup. So I was like, you know what, I want to build that in Sims, but my own version, and that's what I did. So I thought I'd have a couple of cars parked out there. Just used a couple of toys that you can actually size up with a couple of keys on the keyboard, which you can watch my tutorial on how to build if you want to learn how to size up objects and scale them up. I was just trying to figure out if there was any other items that I really needed to place, but at the end of the day, I did a few more things here and there, but it was mostly like, you know, I don't need to keep putting, I was just seeing what there was, what I could do. I don't know, for some reason I thought doing some grates there would be a good idea. I don't know why, but I did. Yeah, no, so I didn't want to go over the top on the outside. The outside was never supposed to be the focus of this build anyway. It's more the interior, the sets, and just having fun building it. And I guess we'll see if it ever gets used, really. So I originally had this playset as residential, as you can see by the post box, but I did change the zoning just to a generic lot. So it'd just be like a community lot or something like that. Because you couldn't really live on this at the moment. There's no bedroom, but you could renovate it to do that. But I don't know. Anyway, just getting some lights, some final lighting in to light up the outside. And then that is pretty much it. So we're going to jump into the screenshots, just doing a few tiles there, as you can see at the back. But here are the screenshots. So that's the front of the warehouse. Nothing too crazy. But again, it's a warehouse. That's what warehouses look like, at least a modern one. Old ones look completely different. But you know what I mean. You know, it's just a warehouse. It wouldn't be crazy on the outside. But the inside is where we get some really interesting stuff, and it starts to look pretty cool. Here is the lobby, which I think looks, I don't know, I really love the blue. Like the blue and the black, I think just works so well. You have that weird sort of logo light sculpture at the back. Here is the employee break room, the little kitchenette up to the left. This, I feel like this maybe was a little too homely, but it's still quite nice. That's the little sound recording booth in there. Here is just a view from above where you can see the warehouse floor, and you can see all the different sets. So we get a few different angles here, and I really love this space. I think it looks really cool. There's a huge green screen up to the right. You can see the storage down the bottom there. We do get a few close-up shots. Here we go. Here's the storage. As you can see, if you look closely, they're all exactly the same shelves, the same items, but I think it worked out quite well. Another little random storage section. There's a huge green screen that you can see, which, you could do so much with that. I don't know what, but you can do a lot with it. There's just a little photo studio setup. We'll go around through the other sets as well. That's a little workshop setup, which I really like that one. I really like that one. I really like this set here as well, with the this sort of subtle purple lighting and the conference room. How good is that? I love that picture. It's so simple, but I love it. And I love this shot as well, looking out to the warehouse floor. I'm just, man, this is cool. This is cool. This is what I love about Sims. It's just building cool stuff. Here is the couch gaming setup upstairs with the console. You see the console's kind of hidden behind the TV there. Yeah, this one as well. This is my favorite set, definitely. I think this is really cool. Here is like the editing den with 6 PCs and a bunch of just decorations here and there. A couple of angles of that one. This room I really like as well. I think it's really, really cool. And just a view from the hallway up above where you would walk across to the other offices. Here's like the sales, marketing, accounting, or whatever it would be. A little office, a couple of posters on the wall that are signed. And you see in there to 2 offices, one for the big cheese that has all... There's that YouTube money on the desk. These are pretty simple offices, but they're also pretty small, so there's not much we could do with it. And just the floor plan screenshots here, so you can see how it's all laid out. Again, you can download this on the gallery. The link is down below, or you can search for the Sim Supply. I really hope you guys enjoyed this build because I had so much fun building this. So much fun. It was fun to just go wild with different ideas and just building something that doesn't make any sense in Sims, but is just fun. And it looks really cool at the end of the day. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching, but I will see you next time, and have an awesome day.